ESPN and the NBA have decided to renew a contract 2 years earlier, and why? With the rise of sports media rights pricing? I have no idea. But let's try and answer some of those questions here. Well, it's official. It's a deal. The deal is worth an estimated $24 billion between ESPN and Turner Broadcasting. ESPN is paying about $1.4 billion a year, but what do they get in this deal? And why the 186% increase, and how will they make a return on their investment? Well, some of the things they're getting in this deal is about 10 more games a year, puts them up to about 100 games, nothing too substantial, 750 more hours of digital content to put out there. ESPN is trying to make sure that they promote basketball all year round. But to me, the main thing that they got was an ability and a deal in place with the NBA to create the new over-the-top digital platform. And basically, they haven't put it together yet, but what it's going to be is a streamline of games, highlights, and information galore for the overabundant sports fan. I think it's going to be the new way television is done, and I think it's extremely smart of ESPN to spend that extra money now to put themselves in play for that when it's time. Profits. Profits is one way that they can get a return on their investment. Obviously, $1.4 billion a year is a lot of money to go out just towards the NBA, being that they cover all sports. But ESPN charges cable and satellite providers a fee of over $5 a household. And seeing that they're viewed in almost every home television, they bring in about $6 billion a year from the providers. Then seeing that sports is the only true live reality venue out there anymore, it cannot be DVR'd. Advertisers know that and understand that. So they are willing to pay a premium to be on the sports channels and during high-end sports games. The idea of advertising is to definitely be where all the eyes are. So profits can go through the roof based on those things. So that's one way to get a return on your investment. Another way is to leverage. Leverage is the reason that they make this move when they did. Turner and ESPN basically monopolized the market in the NBA besides NBA TV. But for the most part, that you don't have to pay that full-on subscription to, it's definitely ESPN in the NBA. Again, based off everything that they've done so far, the OTT is the most exciting part for me, and it basically tells us that ESPN plays chess, not checkers. What they're trying to do is be ahead of the curve and be the leader in sports entertainment as opposed to just being the follower. Leverage can do that in many different ways. They're not making any form of money right now off this OTT, but they're still either coming up even or barely making any money based off their NBA package. So they're still ahead of the game. And that's where the return on the investment comes in to me, where they're not doing about what they can make right this moment. They're setting themselves up for the future to where they're always going to be profitable and they'll have a longevity of success. And another way for them to get a return on investment is self-promotion. By working a deal with the NBA, they can promote all day on their number one sports channel about the games that are coming up on their sports channel. So they can be doing a Sports Center on a Tuesday talking about Game 3 on Wednesday at 1 p.m. And everybody that's watching that Sports Center knows right away that that game is there tomorrow. So they're able to sell the other parts of their shows through self-promotion. ESPN has taken a ton of risks throughout their career, and most of them have paid off, and that's why they are the number one leader in sports today. ESPN always makes wise decisions, and they're always looking towards the future. So by following some of these simple steps and rules, they will always make sure they are getting a great return on their investment.